Alright, guys, Wildcard weekend is tomorrow. So today it is Friday night, and I'm gonna be doing all my wildcard predictions. So let's just jump right into it. First off, Texans versus the Cleveland Browns. This is a pretty good game to start wildcard weekend, a Saturday game. There's two good QBs, two solid teams. Only one team can move on. And I think this game will be a very close game, coming down to the last drive, coming down to the last seconds. I think the Browns are going to score a game-winning touchdown and beat the Texans 21-14. In the next game, we have the Chiefs versus Dolphins. This is definitely one of the biggest games of the wild card round. Two all-around good teams have had underwhelming seasons. This is also Tyreek Hill's revenge game. However, I think it'll be all but revenge for him, the Dolphins. They're entering very, very cold weather with a wind chill of negative 30 degrees in Kansas City, which I don't think will be as much of a factor as everybody thinks. I mean, the Dolphins are from Miami, but I mean, it's the NFL. They played in cold conditions. I don't think it's gonna affect them by that they're gonna get blown out by the Chiefs. However, I think this game will still end with the Chiefs being victorious at 28-20 final. Next up, in the first game on Sunday, Bills versus Steelers. This is a game that has potential to be good, but it probably won't. The Steelers have been very inconsistent, and the Bills are on a hot streak. However, there is a winter storm coming to Buffalo, or it's already there. I don't know. So I think that will keep the score down, but I think it's inevitable. The Bills will win a 17-7 game. But I can also see it being like 17-10. I just think the Bills are going to win. Next up, second game of Sunday, Cowboys versus Packers. This is an all-time rematch for the Dallas Cowboys, who have had their postseasons ended twice by the Packers. It's a super close game. Cowboys are looking to avenge Dez's catch, and every time the Aaron Rodgers of the Packers beat them. The reason I don't think the Packers will win, Jordan Love is not Aaron Rodgers. I think the Cowboys know this. The Cowboys are the better overall team. And home field advantage, they're 16-0 at home, I'm pretty sure. Since that's their record at home. And they're 8-0 at home this season. I think the Cowboys will dominate for most of the game. And the Packers are a young team. Don't get me wrong, I like the Packers. I just think the Cowboys will for sure win. And I think it's probably gonna be I think the final score is gonna be 34-17. Rams versus Lions. This is the biggest game of wildcard weekend, and for good reason. Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford each take on their old teams. I think this game will definitely be the highest scoring of the wildcard round. It'll probably come down to a field goal, with the Rams barely sneaking out with a win over the Lions. 34-31 game that barely misses going into overtime. And for the final game of Wild Card Weekend, Eagles versus Buccaneers. And it's going to be a good one. The Bucks, who fought hard in their garbage division to make the playoffs, and the Eagles, who from weeks 1 through 11 were looking like Super Bowl champions until their brutal collapse, in which they went from 10-1 to 11-6. And the thing people don't realize about this game, this is a super close matchup. These teams, if you look at all the scores of all the games, these teams are really similar. I think this is gonna be a close game, but ultimately, I believe the Buccaneers will win in a close 20-17 game over the Philadelphia Eagles and take the final spot in the divisional round. Alright, guys, that is all my picks for the wildcard round. Stay tuned for next week for my divisional round picks. Hopefully, I got all of these picks right. If I didn't, I'll just be using teams that made it. And yeah, well, see y'all next time. Bye.